Is it working? After 3 years of success, indie studio Naughty Dog, at the time ran by Scooby-Doo, needed a final send-off game. After the success of Mario Kart was apparent, it was decided that Crash Bandicoot Kart Racer would be made. Little did they know that that game would turn out to be the greatest video game of all time. Although many comparisons are made between CTR and Mario Kart, it is clear which is the superior game, and I will be explaining why today in this video. Based off the manga, CTR produces a deep storyline, as a troubled villain aims to create a dystopian Earth unless someone can prove to him that they can drive faster. Nitrous Oxide is quite a deep character in his own right, portraying a conflicted character, that of an illegal immigrant mixed with communist ideologies. He could also be seen as a representation of Donald Trump, as opposed to building a wall, turning the Earth into a giant concrete parking lot. His constant quest to show that he is the fastest thing alive is a reflection on us as the player, and begs the question, what are we trying to prove that Oxide isn't? Crash and Cortex are forced to work together to determine who is the one that they will entrust their planet's future to. The arcs that our heroes go through on their Who's the Fastest competition shows us sides of the characters that we rarely see, thus creating a truly sobering experience. The game isn't afraid to take us into the more dark underbelly of street racing, showing that it understands that while the subject matter may be scary, its audience shouldn't be talked down to. Meanwhile, Mario Kart's for children. Just a bunch of dumbass racers racing each other for fun. Mario Kart's had years to develop some sort of storyline, but instead, they add Pink Gold Peach as a character. What the fuck, Nintendo? What the fuck? Why'd you take Dry Bones out and then put him back in the deluxe version? I didn't have a Nintendo Switch, he was my fucking main. Where's Waluigi Pinball in this game? Can someone please explain why they're racing together? The lack of continuity is truly offensive. Did Bowser and Mario sign a truce or something? My suspension of disbelief is gone. Fuck this uncohesive piece of garbage. Let's talk controls. Drifting in CTI is easy to learn, yet hard to master. The boost mechanic adds a layer of depth to this game, and is what the French call fucking awesome. Boosting your way through every corner of the track is a very rewarding experience. It takes a certain level of skill to enjoy CTR, and those who don't truly are idiots. On the other hand, the Mario Kart drift system is a cheap Japanese knockoff. Your front wheels don't even lift when you hit maximum turbo. Good job, Nintendo. In the races in CTR, you collect fruit to charge your car and weapons up. This sends a strong, positive message to the youthful audience of this game, inspiring children around the world to incorporate fruit into their daily meals. Contrary to that, Nintendo stays pushing its capitalist, monopolizing idealisms, having racers collect coins throughout races. Unlike fruit, children can choke on coins, and this is just plain irresponsible of Nintendo. But it's all about the money, isn't it? Now onto the characters. Unlike Mario Kart, the roster in CTR isn't at all pretentious and in your face with 9 female characters. CTR doesn't pander that hard, and instead includes one female racer who manages to be a strong enough individual to outdo all of her Mario Kart counterparts. You go, Glen Coco. CTR's roster manages to be much more diverse at the same time. You can play as characters from Tobias Funke, to Tony Montana, to Eddie Marbo. There's even a transgender character available. Very progressive. When it comes to diversity, all Mario Kart has is an incredibly tasteless and offensive stereotype of an African American. Just because you're Japanese, Nintendo, doesn't mean this shit is allowed to slide. And before you say Crash has no African American characters, as if you don't remember this guy, you stupid fuck. And oh man, don't get me started on the five baby characters. I don't think that these babies have their licenses, and they are not only endangering their own lives, but the other racers' lives too. How do we let Nintendo get away with this? Some children may take this as an invitation to go for a joyride in mummy or daddy's car, and someone could be seriously hurt. That's a hard foul, Nintendo. Essentially, this boils down to quite an unfair comparison. Chad Team Racing versus Virgin Kart, if you will. Honestly, the only downside to the first game is that the big titty Bandicoot isn't in it. I guess they made up for that with the trophy girls. 10 out of 10 game. Fuck you, Mario Kart.